Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today's a video on who I am, both spiritually and physically. So I'll start by saying that as a little girl, I was the child that no one picked, right? So I was the one that you would see at recess hanging out by herself with no friends, or I used to go home, and eventually I was the girl who was bullied at school and abused at home, or I guess bullied at home. So yeah, that was my life up until adolescence. So like as a kid, like growing up, like up until 11, my home life was pretty cool. It was all right. I was a church girl. I stayed with my grandparents, and when I left there and moved in with my father, that's when the bullying at home began and the bullying at school. So yes, I was that girl that the kids at school teased about not having the straight beautiful hair, right? But my hair was still beautiful. It was just in the coils that weren't quite appreciated as a child. As a child, they used to call my hair pinched, and if I used to put in the braids, so they wouldn't make fun of my hair, they'd call me weave. The teachers wouldn't care. The teachers would, laugh, think it's funny, comical, you know? Why not? Right? I was the one that was always smiling, though. The teachers would even tell me, stop smiling so much. Why are you always smiling? But honestly, that was just my way of coping. If I smiled, then I wasn't so sad, right? So because like it's not like what was I gonna go home to do? Like I was sad at school, I was sad at home, so it's like I had to do something so I wouldn't be so sad. Because when I went home, actually, like honestly, I would just like go straight to sleep. Because like most of the time, if I went to sleep, I could like avoid my dad being angry, So I would just go to sleep. I would just try to go to sleep. That was my thing. So yeah, um, growing up, I didn't realize it then, but I had such weird experiences that I thought everybody else had. Like, I remember walking into a room and seeing like multiple versions of my aunts, multiple versions. And they would be like creepy. Like, some of them they would be like, they'd have like these weird smiles on their face, like what's so funny, like up until now today, it's like sometimes when I enter a room, it's like in my head I'm like, "Ugh, I hope I don't see that," like, you know what I mean? Like it used to happen so often. Like I would see like multiple versions of certain people, though not like everybody. Like it happened so often that sometimes like it was like I was getting tired of it, like I would see like different entities, like, but I just can't remember all of them now, right? I even remember the time when the ETs came in my room. ETs, I'm just saying ETs because, like, you know what I mean. Extraterrestrials came in my room, and I was so scared, like, right? I think I told a story about that on one of my other videos, but yeah, I had so much weird experiences, like weird experiences that are just like unexplainable to me. Well, in this moment, because I have not dug deep enough to figure out what the heck was going on. I haven't dug deep enough right now. I haven't really had the time, but I would really like to sit down one day and dig deep into that, right? But growing up, I used to, oh, you know what? I started to like see that I was a little psychic. Was I got into this relationship when ooh. No. Even before then, I remember, okay, because I got pregnant with my son at 15, right? And I, I got pregnant with my son at 15, and I used to have these weird, like, feelings about my mom. Like, they were so strong, but I didn't act on them or think anything of them. I convinced myself that I was crazy. Yeah. But, like, the feelings I had with that, like, my mom wanted to sleep with my boyfriend and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like, it was weird stuff. And, like, I would even have dreams of these things. And I'd be like, what the? But, like, and then, what was so weird? He quit the job she got him, like right after I was having these dreams, and then his excuse was like, "Oh, your mom's weird. Like she keeps following me around." And I was like, "What?" But I don't know. I really, you know what? I haven't heard from the guy in years, so I wouldn't know. But anyways, yeah. And then I had dreams of him like cheating on me with other girls and stuff. And I was right. He was cheating on me. And then, um, so sorry, I'm just giving a little bit of backstory on like little things, that made me like question. So then I started telling people I was psychic when, well, I didn't tell people I was psychic. I told, okay, this is what happened. Every time my ex, which is my second child's father, would cheat on me, I would dream it. I would dream it. So then I started like doing this little thing where I would be like any guy I met, I'd be like, if you cheat on me, I'm gonna have a dream. Sure am, and I will know. And it's true, because honestly, I talked to like one other guy after that. We weren't really like in a relationship like that, but like I told him, I just need to like give myself permission to dream you and a next woman. And if I do, that means you're cheating. And I was right. Like, ooh, I'm good. That's what I knew. I was like, I'm good. And my ex kept telling me like, oh, it's a coincidence, gaslighting me. Like I would catch him like the 20th time, and he'd be like, it's a coincidence. Ooh, one time I even had a dream that I was pregnant with his child, and I had a dream. The dream told me to open his computer and gave me the password for his computer, and I put in the password, and I was right. Yes, and I was like, can't tell me I'm not psychic now. Yes. And then, so that's when I like started to have an inkling that maybe there is something special about me. But that didn't stop the psychic attacks, you know? It didn't stop life from lifing. It didn't stop anything. I think what I thought a psychic was like a fortune teller kind of. So then if I'm psychic, I could just win the lottery, like, you know? That's what I thought. Like I thought I could just like oh my goodness. Can I tell you guys a story? I remember after all of this, because after all of that, like after my daughter's father, like I swore off men. So I was single for a long time, right? So I was like, why am I popping my mouth like that? Okay, sorry. So I was like in my room one day, and I was like, let me see. Because I was like trying to experiment with myself. Because yeah, I was in the church and stuff, but this is when I was like kind of questioning everything. This was like right before I had my son, would change everything and then got me into the ancestries and everything. You know what I mean? Because it was like me having my son that triggered everything. So, what was I saying, guys? Ancestry. Oh yes, 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 yes. So I was in my room, and I was like, let me try to intuitively connect to Beyonce. Yes, I was like, let me try. And yeah. I'm like, let me try to intuitively connect to Beyonce so she can come help me out of this shame. Oh yeah, and plus I was being like, yeah, it was crazy. So I was like, I need help, and I don't know who to ask for the help. I can't ask my parents, and I need help, and yeah, it was this whole thing. So I'm like, let me try to intuitively reach out to Beyonce. Has anyone ever tried some shit like that? Like, I can't even believe that like that was a thought. But anyways, I tried. Try to. Sorry, guys, if you guys hear anything, those are my cats. I'm like, let me try to intuitively reach out to Beyonce. So, I went into meditation, and I was like, literally, honestly, that was the scariest experience. I never did it again. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what was going on, but I was trying to meditate, and I went into her energy, and then all of a sudden, I heard like this aggressive ass man's voice say, "No!" I came out of it quick, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was so like, and then I thought to myself, that was creepy as hell. But then that also like showed me that like there is so much more to my vessel, you know what I mean? Anyways, long story short, I'm a messenger. Yeah, let's just skip a whole bunch of parts. I'm a messenger. Yeah, because remember I told you when I reached out to Yeshua was like, you're a messenger. And it is true. And what is a messenger? I receive messages from other realms, and I bring them into this realm and deliver them. I'm a messenger. So I do a little channeling sometimes, which is so interesting, right? Because when I first found out about channeling, like I used to watch Bashar, I was obsessed with Bashar's teachings, but it's only because when I first like had my breakthrough and spoke to the source, what the source was saying was so similar to what Bashar was saying, so I became obsessed because I was like, oh my gosh, like yeah, I just became obsessed because what Bashar was saying was so similar to what the source was saying, and to me it was just like, wow, like I'm like, this is unbelievable. And so I wanted to be able to channel too, but it turns out I do channel just in a different way. Isn't that amazing? So sometimes, most of the times, so you know how I found out I was a channeler? I would be doing readings for people, and I noticed that the things I would say are not my own. And sometimes my voice would change, like, yeah. Ooh, and then I noticed too that I wouldn't quite remember exactly everything I said. And I also noticed that sometimes I would channel in my own home. Like, I would just become this old Nigerian lady, and that is obviously, that's not my voice, but I would, and I would just start saying these things, and even the rituals and stuff, like things I didn't even know, some of the things I would do just intuitively as a young lady growing up. You know, I didn't realize that these things were from like a Nigerian background. Like, like I don't like these. It's like I was a channeler. I was just channeling my ancestors this entire time. Like, I'm a channel for my ancestors, but aren't we all? I don't know. But yeah, those are the ways. Like, I noticed that my ancestors just be channeled through me, you know? There are times that I don't even notice, especially with my kids. Oh yeah. They help a lot. Like, I guess when I had that dream that was my aunt and my grandma helping, it wasn't just my aunt and my grandma, it was my entire village, all my ancestors helping, because they knew I would be doing this alone. So it's my entire village. That's why sometimes I don't even answer them in English, and then sometimes it's like some of the words I say, it's like, how on earth did I know to say that? Like, I did not grow up knowing, you know, but I just know. It just comes out. Just, yeah, so it's pretty awesome over here. But yeah, I was always the girl that I had, till this day, like, if you ask, like, if I wanted to go to, I don't know, the beach with a friend, like, I would have nobody to call, so I would just go by myself. But I wouldn't go by myself, I'd go back with my kids, you know, like, my kids are you know what, I had this dream the other day. It's such a weird dream. So basically what I got from the dream, like, somebody was saying to me, I guess my guide was like, you know what, you have so much kids in this life. I almost said realm, I guess in my other realms, but anyways, in the other realms, but they were like, you know why you have so much kids in this world, in this life, because you would just die alone, like you've done in all your other lives. And I could freaking see that. Like, I can see that, because it's like, I'm okay with being a loner, because like, earthlings are super odd. They're odd. Like, humans are odd. Like, they're always jealous over something. Like, when I did try to have friends and I did try to put myself out there, like, there would be like married people jealous of me, and I was a single mom in the building struggling. I was not happy. I was depressed. I didn't have my hair done, and then they would still be mad and jealous. Like, I just don't know. Like, I would be helping these girls, I would be doing all these different people, and then they would still find something to be jealous about. They'll still find something to be angry about. And it's like, honestly, you can't please people, so it's like, yeah, I would just rather be by myself with my kids and just live happily, because it's like, people's energies are very odd. I've noticed very odd people. Even like the people you help, those are the oddest ones. The ones that you help are the oddest ones, trust me. Like, they'll see you have nothing, and they'll see that you're still helping, and then they'll still try to like betray you in some like creepy, odd way. So it's like, I feel like the fact that I had no friends growing up was my protection. Because the one little time I did try to have friends, it backfired. Like, every time I tried to have friends, like, in that like life, it did backfire like horribly. It did. So it's like, I'm cool with being a loner, but that's who I am. Look, Lucretia the messenger, pretty much a lone wolf. I just walk with my kids. Those are my cubs, and it's just me in the front. I'm a lone wolf. But yeah, that's who I am. A divine channeler for the Most High, the divine source creation. That's that video. Thanks so much for watching.
still seeing